Who do you think were the very best that stand out as UDFAs? Of course, you got people like Rashid Shaheed, but who do y'all think since 2015 have been some of the best?
That's
UDFAs?
the first name that popped in my mind was Shaheed and Deontay Harris at the time they grabbed him. I mean, this has been a huge success for the Saints, and it's part of the reason probably why they don't put as much value into having great volume numbers of draft picks on day 3. But I think those guys take a backseat to Carl Granderson. I mean, defensive line, the only reason we're not talking about that at the same crisis point we're talking about offensive line is kind of because he's developed into a good starter for them. They just re-signed him to a contract worth $13 million a year. I think he's more of a number 2 defensive end than an elite number 1 defensive end. But you get that out of an undrafted rookie. Obviously, he would have been drafted higher. He had some off-the-field issues that the Saints had to investigate and feel comfortable with when they signed him and spent time kind of patiently waiting for him to develop. But that's the biggest hit on this list for me.
Yeah, I mean, I think you just hit on the top, probably 2 of the top 3 for me, Granderson, Shaheed. I think Hardy's obviously in there too. I think then kind of going down the list just to number 4 probably, I think Ken Crawley is up there.
I knew you were going to mention him.
Look, he was key to that 17 season,
really was.
And he kind of rode the wave, and it was maybe Fool's Gold, but Fool's Gold kind of got him to where they needed to go.
He kind of caught it in a bottle for 1 year and never recaptured it again after that. But
I've heard things about how the off season between 17 and 18 was spent, and I think maybe if it was a little bit different, it would have turned out a little bit different. I think JT Gray's one on there. You want to keep with the special teamers. Justin Hardy's another one.
No question.
They've had some guys too. Roach had a chance to be on there. Brandon Coleman was a good player for a little bit. There's a bunch of them.
Well, we skipped over an obvious name too that I think Juwan Johnson is probably a candidate too, and the book is still out on him. A year ago, he would have had a chance to be number 1 on our list before Granderson and Shaheed had much better years. So Johnson still has a chance to be in their category for sure.
Yeah, if I had to pop off a top 3, I'd say, of course, Rashid. Then I would actually go Juwan. And then from contribution standpoint, for the years that he was here, Deontay Hardy has to be on the list too.